Good morning. This is Ann White with the Creating Calm Network, and this is Morning Coffee with Ann. And my hubby finally took my Wild Woman, Wonder Woman mug and put it in the dishwasher. So I have a plain white mug, but it's full of Ethiopian coffee. Very nice, very nice. So I hope you have your cuppa with you, whatever it is. And I thank you for tuning in to the Creating Calm Network. The purpose of Morning Coffee with Ann, it would be to share a creating calm within chaos tip or technique. And today I want to talk to you about space and clutter as things that can impact our calm within our chaos. First of all, with space, the concept of needing our personal space, a room of one's own or a space of one's own, is very important. You know, in personal space, every now and then you'll have someone who comes and stands right in your personal space. And that makes us feel uncomfortable. They've caused a chaotic vibration and they've gotten in the way of our energy. So you see how important it is. Often when we share a home with someone, we lose personal space because they become communal living areas. So it's important if we can have a room of our own. Maybe it's our office, a craft room, a reading area, a sanctuary where we can just go and repair, renew, re-energize ourselves. So if you have that within your home, you're very fortunate. And guard that and make it your space to be able to go and have quiet times. If you don't have that in your home, oftentimes you would think the bathroom could be that kind of place. But any woman with children knows that the minute you get into the bathroom, there is such a thing as maybe a magnet or a sound goes off. Your children automatically know. And all of a sudden there's the knocking on the door, the kids in there, "Mommy, Mommy." And it's the same with dogs. When I was a foster mom and had 10 dogs, every time I went to the bathroom, without fail, all 10, from the largest to the smallest, had to come in to watch the human go to the bathroom. And my bathroom was small, so my dogs learned how to moonwalk backwards because otherwise we were never getting out of the bathroom. Right now I only have 3, and it's still a grand event when the human goes to the bathroom. We all come in together. If you even have it just you and your partner, it seems like the minute you're in, there's the, "Honey, do you know where this is kept?" So the bathroom seems to only work if you are a bubble bath taker and you can put a sign on the door that says 15 minutes, don't knock unless you're bleeding or unless a plane has crashed into the house or something's on fire. And you can take your 15 minutes of space in the bubble bath. But find a spot. It might just be a corner of your house. Maybe it's a part of the porch that's just your special area where you can go and just sit, and people in your family will know when you're there. It's your quiet time. You just need to re-energize. Oftentimes we build an altar, and I don't mean it in a religious sense with icons, but oftentimes it is like a parson's table or a table where we put special things that bring us back to our favorite things, our favorite places and times. So it could be photos of vacations, photos of our friends or children. It could be rocks that we've collected on our trips or crystals, might have candles. So perhaps if you have a place where you can create an altar, that would be a way to get that special hit of calmness. I have one in my house and I don't sit by it, but when I walk by it, which I do, it's in the hallway, I pause and I look and I just get a little hit of calmness just to go into my inner sanctuary. So that's another way for working on space. You need a quiet space to meditate, and that's why it leads into clutter, because sometimes our homes are cluttered. Around my space, I'm very cluttered because it's the way I think. You know, with my ADHD, it's and you know, I love being me. I love that part of my brain. I've gotten used to it. It's kind of a fun and exciting place to be, but it tends to be a cluttered spot around me. And clutter does a couple of things. Number one, it interrupts the energy flow. So we need to have clearer space to have a better flow of energy. Two, when we need to do mind work, when we need to meditate, still our mind, or even do brainstorming with a clear mind, it's not impossible, but it's harder to do with a cluttered space. And with our bodies, the more cluttered our space is, the more cluttered we put into our bodies. If we're sitting at a cluttered table, we are probably going to mindlessly eat. We're probably going to eat junk food. We're going to overeat. If we clear a table and set a beautiful environment for ourselves, even if we're eating just by ourselves, we will eat more mindfully, more healthy, and we will finish before we are full. So if you would like to work on a healthier eating, keep a decluttered area where you are eating and preparing your food, and make it a sacred moment. And it affects the budget, because I was telling in my Blog Talk Radio show on clutter that I thought I needed new underwear and new t-shirts because I couldn't see what I had. My drawers were cluttered. Even though the t-shirt drawer was folded, it was folded one on top of the other. And I saw on Pinterest, of all places, the concept of rolling your clothes. So I dumped my things out, and lo and behold, I have enough stuff to last me until I'm in the nursing home and beyond. So I don't need anything anymore. I saved my budget a lot of money. And when I rolled all of my clothes and lined them up in little rolls of clothes, it really is clutter-free. It's kind of calming to look in there, and it saves my budget because I think, don't need any more t-shirts or underwear. So that's a way that clutter can work on your budget too. But how can you, if you're a cluttered person like I am, clear space? First of all, the concept for me to clear my whole room at once is it's not attractive. It's not going to happen. So I use a timer, and I do 15 minutes. I do 15 minutes, maybe the right side of my desk. Then I go back to whatever I'm doing. Then I do 15 minutes, say, on my left side of my desk. Or the area where I meditate, I'll set the timer 15 minutes and clear that area. You can do anything for 15 minutes. Heck, if I can do it for 15 minutes, you can do it for 15 minutes. So use a timer and clear space in a smaller increment, and especially where you work, where you eat, and where you meditate. Make sure those are clutter-free. Even if you're the neatest person in the world and there's not a speck of dust anywhere, if you have too much stuff, it gets in the way of energy. So a suggestion to you would be pack up half of your stuff, let the energy flow through your neat and dust-free things, and then cycle them around. So every 6 months you bring out the stuff that you've packed and you pack away new things. So it's one way to get energy flow through your perfectly neat, clutter-free and dust-free area. So it works for all of us, whether we are perfectly neat or whether we're clutter bugs. If all of a sudden we just need to regroup and re-energize and we haven't decluttered yet, we can cheat. Step outside. Nature always does it for us. Just breathe in the power of nature, pull up earth energy from your feet, and you'll be re-energized and ready to go back to it. So that is my Monday morning coffee tip today. I'm going to take my Ethiopian coffee and go on with my day. I'm getting ready to do Blog Talk Radio. The program for the 20th is featuring Tamar Levine, and Tamar will be sharing her soul guidance. Kimberly Burnham is sharing bone health, and Ruth Crone will be on to share how to work time. So there's a synchronicity because I'm talking about clutter and space, and Ruth is talking about time management. So if you're interested in any or all of those things, go to blogtalkradio.com/Creating Calm Network and pick up the Monday morning show, Monday morning coffee of May 20th. It's all good. May your morning be great. May your week be awesome. And I'll see you back next week. Ciao for now.